Alright, it's Sandline Alpha, and so last night I had a dream that I went to the grocery store to buy a bag of cheez-its, not like a box of cheez-its, but just like a little singular bag of cheez-its, and like one of those, not even just like a one for like kids, like a junior one. And so I'm just gonna start drawing my dream like right now. Like I don't know how many of these I'm gonna do, but here we go. I'm just gonna draw Cheez-It, singular Cheez-It, so you got a good visual of what's happening in my dream. All right, and then the bag of Cheez-Its came with a video game. It was a Game Boy Advance game, not a DS game, just an old Game Boy Advance game, and it was a new game somehow. It was like a new Donkey Kong Country game. So let's see. I'll draw Donkey Kong's little scalp thing and Diddy Kong's hat. So yeah, we got Donkey Kong Country going on here, and then it wasn't just a Donkey Kong Country game. It was like a mix mash of that game and Adventure Time with Finn and Jake. So I'm drawing the Finn hat, but it's in white, so I guess I should just do it in black. There we go. And okay, you can get Jake here. If you haven't seen Adventure Time, you probably won't know what I'm doing. We need to close these gaps so it doesn't go all over the place. There we go. Stop it. I definitely clicked on the paint bucket. I definitely did. Okay. And the game got it had like a rating, not like a rating like E for everyone, but like how good it did. It got an 8.8, and for some reason I didn't believe it. I thought I read a review saying it got an 8.5, which isn't bad. I would still get a game that's an 8.5, but because I thought it was lying, I was very hesitant to get it. So, but I ended up getting it anyway. And on the back of the Cheez-Its bag was like a snapshot from the game. It was a back shot of Donkey Kong. So there's Donkey Kong, I guess. But he was like really, really yellow, like, and so this is like him sitting down, and there's his arms and his head. It was like a summertime resort type. Like the game took place in a summertime resort, and so Donkey Kong didn't have a shirt on. And I know he never has a shirt on, but for some reason in my dream I didn't gather that, so I thought I was seeing him with his shirt off for the first time. But no, he was really yellow, and he was rubbing. Let's see if we can do this. He was rubbing lotion on his back. I'm not sure what went wrong with that arm. And okay, yeah, it's just really weird to see that, and that's all we need. So I took the game home. I didn't get a chance to play it. I realized later in the dream that I was wrong in thinking that I saw him with his shirt off for the first time, even though there is no shirt. I mean, Diddy Kong has a shirt, but that's different. Okay, and I went home and I had to get taken to a stage because apparently I was in a play that was going to be happening in a few minutes, and so I got there. Let's see if we can do this. I got there. Here's like the back curtain and the sides, and over here was like a shelf of like the costume boots. There's certain boots you had to wear. For some reason, my director didn't say that we had to have a certain type of shoe. He said we could choose from a different, like, based on our part, we could choose from a number of shoes. And so some of the shoes were really dumb. Let's see. Yeah, they were like even the guys, they had to wear these like high heel boots. Okay, wait, that's not even right here. See, this looks like the bottom of the shoe, but no, the foot went to like right here. That's where your foot would be, and all this would be like would would be what you're standing on. And on like the back part where the heel would be, there would be like different patterns. One of them was like a collage type thing. Like there would be like strings and like paper wraps, and other times there would be like the bottom of the where you'd think your foot would be, it would be like a gun, and there'd be like a trigger here, and then the canopy, not canopy, but barrel right there for shooting something. And my friend Justine was really good with picking out the shoes right away. Like she knew just what she was gonna do, and she went like over here to do her part, and then but like everyone in the play had two different parts they had to do, and so she like at once her part was done, her next part was right after that. So she like went over here to another prop room to change like her outfit, not just her shoes, and then came all the way back through the curtain here, all in the span of like 3 seconds. Alright, so I went home after the play was over, and I took a nap, and I woke up, and for some reason I woke up out of the shower, not even my bed, and like my backyard had been turned into like uh this like deep forest, and there was like a river too outside, and uh so there was like a sign above the river, and my mom was like had a canoe in there, and she was like offering rides. She was offering me a free ride, obviously, because I'm her son, and but above the sign was like Yoon water, like YUN water. What the hell was that? YUN water, and apparently that was the name of the ride. And she took me like all the way through the river, and we stopped by one of the a tree like somewhere, and what is wrong with this thing? I have to click it twice for it to change colors. There we go. And she told me to like grab some like souvenirs or something, and so was climbing the tree. And it turned out to be a lot bigger than I thought it would be. So I like went deep into like the canopy of it, and there are like these caterpillars uh that I recognize from like my childhood, but they were kind of bigger and there was more of them, and uh let's just all right. There's my caterpillar. We get a little antenna. They didn't look like this. They were kind of connected more, like around. What I hate this thing. They're kind of connected more. They're kind of more like rectangular than round, even though that's not a rectangle. Okay, and so I got a couple, and then that was pretty much it for that. I think I got bit by one, and I think I remember them being poisonous, but I didn't die. So I went back home after all that incident was done, and and then my house was like filled with these candles, and but they were like in glass jars. And here's the lid, and I had to. Well, actually, before this happened, I remember I was playing like Super Smash Brothers, but there was like an original 1-1 stage, Super Mario Bros. 1-1 stage, which actually happened in Super Smash Brothers Brawl, but for some reason I hadn't think it had happened yet, so I was like really surprised when I found out about this. So there's like these blocks and yeah, exclamation or question mark blocks. And yeah, I was surprised with that. But there's like this other guy. There was like this guy that was bringing his transformers like into the game. I don't know how to draw a transformer. There I go. There's my transformer. And I definitely clicked on red, you asshole. But yeah, it was making me really mad that he was doing this because he was doing really good. And then I like asked someone like, how do I get this guy to stop bringing his transformers in here? And he told me that the best way to do it would to be like go through like these caves. I don't remember what the name of the caves were, but and find the forgotten power tool heads. Like not just power tools, but they were like drill heads. And there's a drill head, and there's like another one that was like a some sort of dental equipment thing, and that just looks like another question mark. But I found three of them. I don't remember what happened when I decided to like give up. But I went back home to these candles that were here, and I had to find the candle that smelled the best because all the other candles had like a really like uninteresting smell. And so I was smelling all these, but then I finally found one that smelled kind of good. And apparently because I found it, I had to go through a trial where there were these bugs that like came out of the drawer because I opened these drawers as I found the candle to like get I don't know to get something so I could go on the journey to just get out of here and I found and all these bugs started to like crawl out of this drawer and and you know there's little bugs and but they all crawled out like really fast but then they all of a sudden froze. They all stopped. I don't think they were actually dead, but they stopped. But I was still freaking out because I wanted to freak out at that point. I didn't want them to be stopped, so I like purposely picked up a bunch with my pinky finger. And so there's these little bugs crawling on my pinky finger because I put them there on purpose. And then I left and actually no my teacher Mr. Lohman who I had a few years like last year congratulated me on this and he looked like he had gotten pretty old at this point. And so he had gray hair and a thick gray mustache. And he told me now all I had to do to complete the journey, which I don't even know why I was on a journey at this point, but apparently I was and I wanted to be. And so what did I do? Yeah, he offered me this game hack. It was a hack of Super Mario 64, but it wasn't like all the levels were changed. It was Bob on Battlefield, and well, like the first level I played was Bob on Battlefield, and you had to fight. He only made me do one mission, and it was to find the five secrets in that level. And two of them were by giant Goombas, and another two were by these really thick purple switches, but they weren't like P switches. They're more uh, rectangular. There's an exclamation point. And the last one, I wasn't given any hints to find, and I ended up finding it, but uh, it was by a Chukya. Let's see if we can do this here. It was by a Chukya, and but the Chukya was like a modified Chukya, so I had to be really careful because the Chukya would the Chuckya would try to grab you first, but you had to grab it. But once you tried to grab it, it had a new modified move where it would just kind of blow fire at you. So so it did that, and then I think I did it. Like I grabbed the Chuckya and I was set free from like a prison or something. So that's kind of how that dream was. So thanks.